Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Monday, February 14th, Valentine's Day. Good morning, Devilish. Good morning, Santee. Hope you're doing good this morning, guys. I see there's 4 watching. For the 2 of you that's lurking back there, good morning and happy Valentine's Day. Happy VD. Hope everybody is doing well this morning. I mean, it's a Monday, so I can't expect much, but you know, it's nice to at least wish good wishes on folks. Happy VD to you too, Santee. Good morning, Ty. Morning, Rusty. Oh man, another day, another dollar, boys. Rough night, rough night. What you need to do, Ty, you need to get them girls off to school. You need to go run to your dollar store. You need to pick up some cute little funny card. Some cute little ha-ha Valentine's card. Take it to your friend at work. I mean, everybody already thinks you guys are in a relationship, as close as the 2 of you are. So I would take a card to her, make her day. Just seeing her laugh and be happy and everything will pick you up. It don't got to be no squishy, cushy kind of card. Something funny, something that's going to make that girl laugh. Everybody can use a little bit of laughter in their lives, especially on a Monday. Let me see here. Good morning, Devilish. Yeah, kind of, sort of a rough night. I was up 2 or 3 times last night. Yeah, I slept in this morning. I didn't get up until 6:30, almost 6:30, so I barely had enough time to get the car warmed up for the wife, get the antifreeze in it. It's got this frickin' leak somewhere. We're going through a gallon of antifreeze every day and a half. $15 a pop. Don't have the money to take the car in to get it checked out at the shop that we go to that handles everything on the cars. Always has handled everything on our cars. It's not one thing, it's another. She's not working today. She's taking my kids to school and then hanging out for a while. Well, there you go. When she takes off to take the kids to school, you run to the dollar store and get her a card. I had an antifreeze. She made good pie. I bet she did. Good morning, Brooklyn. Good to see you, sweetie. Hope you're doing good. Happy Valentine's Day to you, too. Well, Devilish, normally at 6:30, I've already been up for 3 hours. But I woke up the first time at about 10 after 12 last night, managed to get back to sleep, woke up again at about 2:40 and told myself, nope, ain't doing it. Valentine's Day, I am going to lay here in bed with my wife. She don't have to get up till 5. I'll get up when her alarm goes off. And somehow her and the daughter managed to stay so bloody quiet this morning that I didn't wake up until about 19 after 6. Brought everything here in the studio, looked at the computer, and I'm like, oh crap, it's 21 minutes after. I got to get that car antifreezed up and get it started. And man, I'll tell you what. I already got her some stuff. Cool. Good thinking, dude. You learn well, grass crapper. She takes a girl to school, and I'll probably call service. Good idea. Good idea. Oh, I know. Believe me, every single time, Rusty, that we start the car, I have to refill the antifreeze up to the line in the reservoir. This one here, it does not have the radiator deal in it where you take the cap off and you fill it. This one here, you got to fill it up to a fill line on the reservoir. Damn Saturn, man. Yes, they last forever. They get great. They got great life on the motors and stuff, but the way they've got the underneath that hood set up, I will never understand. But every time we start that, we never too early for butthole banging. Ah, thank God your wife's already headed off to work. But yeah, we don't take no chances with it. We don't take no chances with it. We always check it. She makes it to work. One morning I didn't. Um, one morning I didn't check it, and she overheated a couple times on her way to work. Pulled off in Farmers Drive, shut it down, let it cool a little bit, and fired it back up. And we didn't have the antifreeze that morning to put it in, and so we learn now every single time you start the car up, you get antifreeze in it. Yeah, I would love to get those. I would love to get the line, the hoses and stuff checked out, but everything is so tight under the hood, you can't see where anything's at. I mean, you literally cannot see where anything's at underneath that hood. It sits this far off the ground, so it's too thin for me to get in from underneath. And when you look down from the top, you see nothing but components. You see maybe like that much of one hose and maybe 5 inches of another hose and maybe 1.5 inches of another hose. You can't see anything. So there's nothing I can do. We have to get it into our mechanic, but once again, and no money to get it into the mechanic. So she's going through $45 in antifreeze a week. I had chocolate. Love white chocolate. Love white chocolate. Not to mention, I even hate thinking about this. Her hip's starting to bother her again. For 2 days now, she has literally been in tears trying to stand up. I don't know how she stays on her feet. Well, she's in the bank at the casino, so she's sitting a lot. But her hip's starting to bother her again. They told her that cyst might return. There was a slim chance of it, but here it's been 3 years since she had the surgery and had that cyst pulled off her spine that was putting pressure on her hip. And now she's starting to have the same symptoms all over again, but she can't afford to get the surgery done again because she can't afford to be off work for another 6 weeks. So when it rains, it pours. When it rains, it pours. Good morning, Helena. Hope you're doing good this morning, my dear. Cocoa butter and sugar. Cocoa butter and sugar is wonderful. I had a little teeny tiny bit of chocolate last night, right before I went to bed, and I hit the spot. Got me all geared up and ready to sleep. They don't, Rusty. We've known Tom. She's known Tom for oh God, 12 or 13 years. I've known Tom for the last 6, and it's money upon service. But they're the only ones around here that know her, know the car. I mean, they cut her a deal, which is already good because she used to work for Tom's wife, and they were very good friends. We've done the parades for them and stuff, and uh, but yeah, we have to figure something out on it. That's all there is to it. Um, I'm doing pretty good, Helena. I'm doing pretty good. It's like 5 degrees here this morning. 5 degrees Fahrenheit. Real brisk, cool morning. We got about 7 inches of fresh snow yesterday. Uh, it's pretty out. Don't get me wrong. It stayed about 15 degrees all day yesterday. Uh, my stepson was going to come by and pick up my daughter and take her sledding yesterday, and we both told him no. It was a little bit too cold for that. So, and then he was going to come by and get her ice cream instead, take her down here to the place by the lake and get ice cream. And tried to pull out of his driveway and almost done a donut on his road when he took off. So, yeah, decided not to make that 45-minute trip. So bad. It is. It's beautiful out. It's absolutely beautiful out. But man, I'll tell you what, if you got to stay outside very long, you want to be bundled up. It is cold. There's probably a 10-mile-an-hour breeze, which puts the wind chill below zero. Of course, I had to drag the trash can down to the curb earlier. I tried to talk my daughter into going up to the bus stop just a little bit early and helping me pull the trash can down the drive. And I thought she was going to have a stroke, talking about going outside at 5 degrees 5 minutes earlier than she had to. So I just drug it down there myself. That's what I've got all that really cool Civil War wool for, to bundle up on days like today. Ooh, 3 degrees at your place. You're a couple degrees colder than we are. Wow. In Finland, the snow is melting, so the weather is not nice. Oh, yeah. When it starts to melt like that, it gets really crappy and icky and slushy. Our roads finally got cleared up Saturday, and then it snowed yesterday, and just recovered the roads again. What can you do? It's winter. Snow really hasn't melted much here from a month ago. Yeah, there's a Midas in Mishawaka 20 miles from you. Yeah, I know about Midas. She has just always dealt with the garage, DeWaljack Auto. Um, she's got to get the oil changed this week anyway. She's off um, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week. We got to get little Georgie fixed on Thursday. One more bill. It's +1 Celsius. So I guess that's 34 degrees here. Google's correct. Well, I mean, how often is Google not correct? Those Google folks know everything. Yeah, we got that snow last week where we got about 10 inches, and I think we lost probably two. We had one day that was up near 40, and I think we probably lost 2 or 3 inches, and then it snowed again, or it just kind of flurried for a few days, and then we got that snow yesterday. So we're back up to probably 11 or 12 inches out here, but it's that old icky wet snow. Here yesterday, but nothing stuck. Melted once it landed. You're lucky. You're lucky. But it's all going to be okay. It's always okay. It always works itself out. I don't know why I get so. I don't know why I get so frustrated when it comes to stressful situations, because it always manages to find a way to work itself out. Uh, balance being conveniently direct debited fortnightly. Hmm. I'll tell her about it. I'll tell her about it. I've asked her before about going someplace else when she's needed an oil change or something and they were busy. I've asked her about going other places, and she really kind of refuses because, they have always taken care of her cars. So I'll ask her about it tonight. I'll see if maybe we can actually get her to go someplace else. I don't know. It's always worth a try, but you know how stubborn women can be, especially mine. But damn it, we love them. We love our women's, that's for sure. Just think of where we'd be if we didn't. Yep. And see, that's how she feels about it, Devilish. I mean, granted, there's been a few times she's need to get an oil change or something, and she's called and they've been busy for a 1 or 2 day span. But I've also seen the time that she's called, needed something, and they've been busy. And Tom will pick one of his mechanics, and they'll stay over after they're supposed to close. And she'll bring the car in after they're supposed to close, and they'll work on it. So you don't find very many mechanic shops, especially a Napa ran place, that stays open after hours. After dealing with crappy customers and stuff all day, the one thing you don't want to do is stay there any longer than you have to. So I don't know. It's always worth a try. We'll see. We will see what happens. Oh man, what a day! What a day! Got the live stream this morning. Wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to stream this morning. When I first came in here this morning, I tried to shut the screensaver down and open the computer back up, and all I kept getting is Google Chrome not responding, Google Chrome not responding, Google Chrome not responding, and finally had to shut the computer down and restart it, and Google Chrome responded. Reaching up on the shelf, get your balls. Ask her which is easier, fixing the leak or buying another beater. I agree. I agree. I even told her, I said, if I could find a way to get underneath the thing to find out where the leak's coming from, I said it could be something as simple as a small split in the hose. I mean, I could cut it, put a male junction in there, a connection in there, put a couple little hose clamps on it, fix the situation. There's just no way to get underneath that thing. I mean, it's half as thick as I am. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. I've only got so much pull around here. She's the one that works outside the home. She's the one that makes the money. She's the one that makes the rules. Make yourself your own ramp. Drive the car up on. Oh yeah, yeah. I actually got a neighbor with ramps over here, but they've been kind of COVIDized over there for a few weeks, so we've kind of avoided our neighbors. I've thought about getting a set of ramps, but once again, but anyway, off this, I've talked till I'm blue in the face. There ain't much more I can do. Like I said, park it on her. Be the right height. My grandfather always did. Look under vehicles. Yeah, everyone needs a scrawny friend or a really, really strong friend who can just pick the front end up and set it up on a set of cinder blocks or something like that. And, good morning, Fish. Hope you're doing good this morning, bud. Oh, goodness gracious sakes, guys. It is Valentine's Day. I hope somebody's got something cool planned out there. If the internet and everything stays working good, I plan on being sitting here tonight talking to you guys on Valentine's Day, maybe even doing some trivia tonight. The internet's not working and everything. I guess I'll be cooking Valentine's dinner. So we will just have to see what happens. I wish I would not have listened to my dad. I told my dad when I was like 17 years old, I said, I want to be a mechanic just like you. I want to know all about cars. I want to be able to work on cars for my family, for my friends, for everything. And my dad told me to stop being retarded and get a real job. He says, I've been a mechanic for almost 40 years. He said, if there's one thing you don't want to be, it's a mechanic. doing my live stream later tonight, asking if vampires are real. Always a good subject. There are a lot of cultures out there that deeply seriously believe in the existence of vampires. Even here in the U.S., when the immigrants came over and started founding this country, they brought with them legends of night stalkers and vampires and bloodsuckers and all kinds of evil little ugly booglies that go out and steal babies from their cribs and attack people in the night and stuff. So that should be a good live stream. All right, here we go with Today in History. 1777, U.S. Congress commissions Benjamin Lincoln, a major general in the Continental Army. 1794, first U.S. textile machinery patent granted to James Davenport, Philadelphia. 1803, the apple parer, patented by Moses Coates, Downingtown, Pennsylvania. You guys seeing this? There's a lot of stuff happening in Pennsylvania today. It's not New York City. (1803) Chief Justice John Marshall declares that any act of U.S. Congress that conflicts with the Constitution is void. Nothing like fresh, hot Arbuckle's coffee to start your day. Big old strong cup of Arbuckle, big old strong pot of Arbuckles there. Met a guy once, he was convinced he was a werewolf. Believe it or not, that's really kind of funny you brought that up. Believe it or not, back in the 90s, UCLA did a study on the actual disease of lycanthropy. And they discovered that there were multiple stages of the disease. No one, of course, actually transforms into a wolf, but they have that hunter mindset where the ones that are seriously infected, they believe that they have a lot of the mental actions of a wolf. They're very hunter based. These are the people who can become a serious problem in society. But the lowest stages, oh, I like to eat my meat raw. Oh, I like a nice bite of bloody raw steak on occasion. But there were like 5 or 6 different stages that they discovered in this study. But lycanthropy is a very true disease. You just don't transform into a wolf on a full moon and go chew on your neighbor. All right, let's see here. 1896 Stanley Cup, Victoria Skating Rink, Montreal, Quebec, Winnipeg. Victoria's beat Montreal. Victoria's beat Montreal. Victoria's 2-0. 1844, John C. Fremont and his party become first Europeans to discover Lake Tahoe during his second expedition through the American West. What this photo. 1849 in New York City, James Knox Polk becomes first serving U.S. president to have his photograph taken. 1855, Texas is linked by telegraph to the rest of the United States with the completion of the connection between New Orleans and Marshall, Texas. 1859, Oregon admitted as the 33rd state of the Union. 1813, John McNeill, American brevet Major General, Union Army, born in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. That's pretty cool. 1862, Galena, first U.S. ironclad warship for service at sea, launched from Connecticut. Tell you who I'd like to chew. You bad, bad man. You dirty, dirty man, you. (1867) Hartford Steam Boiler Inspection and Insurance Company issues its first policy. 1867, Morehouse College organizes Augusta, Georgia. 1907, Johnny Longden, Canadian Racing Hall of Fame jockey trainer. 1943, Crown on Count Fleet, born in Wakefield, Yorkshire, England. 1936, Charlie Burns, Canadian ice hockey forward, world champion Whitby Dunlaps. 1958, and coach Minnesota North Stars, born in Detroit, Michigan. Calendar, a full moon, only 8 raw meat. I'd be surprised if he's even still alive. Well, the stuff they put in meat these days, I wouldn't be eating it raw, that's for sure. I can't even stand the first drop of blood on a steak or something nowadays because of all the formaldehyde and stuff that they put in as preservatives. Same thing they put in a human body to preserve them till they're buried. You know, could you imagine what all those chemicals and stuff is doing to our guts? I like to cook that stuff out of my steak. I cook a steak for me anymore. That thing's damn near jerky. Good morning, Tony. Hope you're doing good this morning, sir. Happy VD. 1870, Esther Morris appointed U.S. first female in Justice of the Peace in South Pass City, Wyoming, after previous Justice R.S. Barr resigned to protest passage of Wyoming Territory's Women's Suffrage Amendment in 1869. Oh, you're buffering there, Devilish? Yeah, for the way this thing was running this morning, I'm not getting any buffering at all. Good morning, Paul. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well this morning. Though it is not enforced, an old Michigan law states that women may not lift their skirts more than 6 inches to cross a mud puddle. We actually done a live stream one time of stupid laws that are still on the books from way back in the day. Just never took them off the books. 1870, Sarah Young becomes the first woman to legally vote in the modern United States 2 days after the Utah legislature passed a law allowing women to vote. 1872, first U.S. state bird refuge authorized, Lake Merritt, California. Oh, it's up to 55 in the house now. You guys might actually be able to take your coats off sometime today. What if the puddle's 10 inches deep? Then they're going to have wet shoes, wet socks, wet dresses, wet everything. 1876, Alexander G. Bell and Alicia Gray apply separately for telephone patents. Supreme Court eventually rules Bell rightful inventor. 1883, first state labor union legislation, New Jersey legalizes unions. Seems kind of anti-women to me. What are you going to do? They said that for years and years and years. They said it was a man's world. And women got out there and started showing the men that they were just as durable as the men were. I think it kind of scared a few people back in the day. Hell, I think it still scares a few people today. Women are strong. What can you say? 1889, first train load of fruit leaves LA for the east. 1894, Venus is both a morning star and an evening star. You know, we have a law in the big city of Toronto that you can't hitch your horses on the right side of the street on Sundays. It's still a law today. That's funny. I can't remember what town it was in, but there was a law on the books. I think it was somewhere out east, like Philadelphia or Baltimore or something like that, where you couldn't wash your mule in a bathtub on a Sunday. Who drugged their mule in the house to put it in a bathtub in the first damn place? But apparently you're not allowed to wash your mule in a bathtub on Sunday somewhere out east, still today. 1899, U.S. Congress begins using voting machines. 1903, U.S. Department of Commerce and Labor forms, and in 1907, the first U.S. Foxhound Association forms in New York City. 1912, Arizona was admitted to the Union as the 48th state. Wow, that's pretty cool. In Missouri, you can't buy a car on Sunday. 1918, H. Atteridge and S. Romberg's musical Sinbad premieres in New York City. Here in this town, if your horse craps on the street, you will be jailed if you don't pick up after the thing. To this day. You know, when I lived in Texas back in the late 90s and early 2000s, I know I've told you guys this before, but there was a law on the books that anybody carrying a large sum of money, anything over $5, is required by law to be carrying on their person one operating firearm. And there was also a law in the state of Texas that you are required by law to have at least one serviceable firearm on your property at all times. And they're both still on the books today. 1919, United Parcel Service forms. 1920, League of Women Voters forms in Chicago. Carriages for a tour of homes, and the councilman threatened him with jail. Yep, towns like that was the reason that people invented them little poop bags that hangs underneath the horse's tail. 1921, a little review faces obscenity charges for publishing Ulysses in New York. Yep, pony diapers. 1924, Thomas J. Watson renames the Computing Tabulating Recording Company, CTR, as International Business Machines, IBM. There we go. 1929, St. Valentine's Day Massacre in Chicago. 7 gangsters killed allegedly on Al Capone's orders. If y'all ever had a chance to look at pictures from history, you ought to look at some of the crime scene photos that were taken by the Chicago Police Department and the FBI when they went and seen the site of the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. None of those bodies had a drop of blood left in them. I mean, they straight up Tommy gunned the hell out of these poor guys. 1931, the original Dracula film starring Bela Lugosi as the titular vampire is released. 1932, the George Burns and Gracie Allen Show debuts on CBS Radio, airing there until 1937, moving to NBC until 1949, and returning to CBS in 49 before moving to television. Texas law, well-armed society is a polite society. Yeah, exactly. 1936, National Negro Congress organizes in Chicago. Oh yeah, Capone had houses all over the place, devilish. There are 5 locations here in the state of Michigan. Everything from way up in the UP to clear down on the Indiana line. Multiple places he'd hide out over here. Things got a little hot over in Chi-Town. He'd come over here across the lake and hide out for a few months or something. Run everything from his little farmhouse or the Yellow Motel, or like I said, his complex down here by White Pigeon, down on the Indiana border. There's all kinds of places he'd hide out. They did not conserve ammo. That's true. No, they did not. They hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rounds were fired at the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. 1939, Victor Fleming replaces George Cukor as director of film Gone with the Wind. I don't know nothing about Birth of No Babies. 1941, 1 millionth vehicle traverses the New York Midtown Tunnel. 1941, Carson McClure's Reflections in a Golden Eye published. 1941, Seabury Park in the Bronx renamed Halsey Street. Been in White Pigeon a bunch. Oh yeah, yeah. It's just northwest of White Pigeon, out on a country road. There's nothing left out there now but the concrete foundations and stuff. But yeah, there used to be a large house. Now there's a couple of hills that are still on the property that they had dredged out, put a door on them like bunkers. But other than that, it's all concrete foundations. And the alligator pond. 1944, Carl Wick publishes Salmon Trolling for Commercial and Sport Fishing. Montville. Now you're talking about that area I've been through multiple times. 1954, Senator John F. Kennedy appears on Meet the Press. 1954, WTOC TV Channel 11 in Savannah, Georgia begins broadcasting. 1955, WFLA, now WXFL TV Channel 8 in Tampa, St. Petersburg, Florida begins. Rusty, keep going with Today in History. I'm going to go on and throw this commercial in real quick for Ghostorama coming August to Michigan.
Saturday, August 20th, 2022, coming to Hartford, Michigan at the Van Buren Poorhouse Museum It's Ghostorama. Ghostorama is a one-of-a-kind event. It's a paranormal meet and greet / flea market / Comic-Con, car show, and much, much more. There'll be paranormal groups, the Ghostbusters, the Mystery Machine, spooky vendors, live band, ghost tour, Jurassic Park, killer cars, food truck, disc jockey, historical museum, kid haunted house, and much more. Van Buren County Historical Museum. That's right, out at 58471 Red Arrow Highway, Hartford, Michigan, 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's an outdoor market, which is free to the public. That's right, you heard me. It's open to the public. There'll be a museum tour, $5 per person. Also, from 9 to 11, a ghost tour, $20 per person. That's right, Ghostorama is hitting West Michigan, Saturday, August 20th, 2022, at the Hartford Van Buren Poorhouse Museum. This is sponsored by Southern Michigan Paranormals, UnrestrictedRadio.com, the Great Lakes Ghostbuster Coalition, How to Halloween, Frankenfest, and the Midwest Parahistorical Society.
All right, there you go, Ghostorama. That's going to be really cool. We're putting the word out on that one, actually getting other local Michigan and Midwest paranormal investigators and things to come out to that event. We want to make that thing the biggest it could possibly be. Oh, let's see here. 957 Georgia Senate in 1957. Georgia Senate unanimously approves San Leon Butts, Bill Bearing Blacks, blah, 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 from playing baseball with whites. 1959, 3.6 million heroin seizure in New York City. 3.6 million in 1959, to sneeze at. 1961, Element 103 Lawrencium, first produced in Berkeley, California. 1962, U.S. First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy conducts White House tour on TV. 1963, U.S. launches communications satellite CENTCOM-1. I still hear whorehouse. No, it's poorhouse. Poorhouse. 1967, Respect, single recorded by Aretha Franklin. Billboard Song of the Year, 1967. 1968, WHKY TV, Channel 14 in Hickory, North Carolina, begins broadcasting. 1970, Gantry closes at George Abbott Theater, New York City after one performance. I'll be damned. One performance. Normally when they make Today in History, it's after 342 performances, 470 performances, 397 performances. Gantry must have sucked. 1971, the movie Ben-Hur, first shown on television. 1971, Richard Nixon installs secret taping system in the White House. Man, did that ever screw him over. 1972, the musical Grease first opens on Broadway at the Eden Theater. I got chills, and they are multiplying. 1972, John Lennon and Yoko Ono co-host the syndicated Mike Douglas Show for an entire week in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. All right, Ty. We'll catch you afterwards, bud. 1972, CBS late movie premieres. The White House tapes weren't so bad. It is the not erasing shit. Yeah. 1976, U.S. performs a nuclear test at the Nevada test site. 1978, first micro on a chip patented by Texas Instruments. I don't like micro on my chips. I kind of prefer sour cream and cheddar. It's my thing. Yeah, never save secret recordings. The only thing I can think of, Tony, is the reason that he did not order those things erased is that he himself was planning to use those tapes against his cooperatives at a later date. That's the only reason that I could possibly think of that he did not order those tapes erased, was because he planned on blackmailing or something. Yeah, exactly. Somebody later on. He wasn't stupid. He wasn't the smartest cookie in the box, but he wasn't stupid. 1980, U.S. launches Solar Maximum Mission Observatory to study solar flares. 1989, Union Carbide agrees to pay $470 million damages for Bahopal disaster. Okay, I'm gonna try it. 1989, the first of 24 satellites of the Global Positioning System are placed into orbit. Yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah. 1990, Perrier recalls 160 million bottles of sparkling water after traces of benzene and carcinogen are found in some. You mean back in 1990 that wasn't standard ingredients like it is today? Doesn't just about everything we buy today have some kind of a carcinogen in it or something? That's the doctors. Kill your own livestock. 1990, space probe Voyager 1 takes a photograph of the entire solar system. The Carvey, based on their Saturday Night Live sketch premieres. Wait, doggone it, you changed it on me. Takes photograph of the entire solar system. The image is transmitted in real time with Earth, a pale blue dot. 1992 comedy film Wayne's World, party time, excellent, woo, woo. Starring Mike Myers and Dana Carvey, based on our Saturday Night Live sketch premieres. Walking around your house with a bottle of water in your hand. Me either, but I don't drink bottled water, so. Yeah, exactly. When you're out hiking and stuff, it's always everyone hope you have a good day. If I don't make it back in time. You too, Ty. You too, bud. Just be patient. Don't forget to tell them everything. 1998, authorities in the United States announced that Eric Robert Rudolph is a suspect in the Alabama abortion clinic bombing. Good morning, KG. Hope you're doing good this morning, love. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy VD. 2000 spacecraft near Shoemaker enters orbit around asteroid 433 Euros, the first spacecraft to orbit an asteroid. Except for the hiking thing. 2008, Northern Illinois University shooting. A gunman opened fire in a lecture hall of the DeKalb County, Illinois University, resulting in 24 casualties, 6 fatalities, including the gunman, and 18 injured. Good morning, Candy. Happy Valentine's Day, love. Hope you're doing good. Thank you for sharing and twittering. I am one sexy dabble. I'll accept dabble. I didn't say your name. What did you bing for? Jeez, criminy, Alexa. Alexa, go to hell.
Please unlock your device.
Please suck my balls. Uh, 2018, ex-student Nicholas Cruz shoots and kills 17 people at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, Florida, before being captured. I actually shaved this a lot thinner than I wanted to. I wanted to leave some length and body to it. But yeah, once I made the first swipe and realized how thin it was, I was screwed after that. So I'm just going to let it all grow back till this gets a little bit thicker. Where's my boots? Yeah, exactly. That's kind of how I feel. He's kissing my butt for some reason. I don't know what. Ooh, miracle gummies. Let's see here. 2019, Amazon cancels plans to build a corporate campus in Long Island, Queens, New York after widespread opposition. 2019, U.S. Senate confirms William Barr as Attorney General. 2019, J.P. Morgan is the first bank to create its own cryptocurrency, JPM coin. Yeah, I messed up. I intended on this being as thin as it was, and then I come down here and it's like, oops, crap. Well, it grows back, thank God. It's this up here you got to worry about growing back. My receding hairline recedes anymore. It's going to start making the hair on my back vanish. 2019, singer Ryan Adams accused of sexual misconduct towards younger upcoming female singers in a report by the New York Times. Why do people get surprised when guys think with their... I don't know. That's always a good question. Thank you, Candy. I appreciate that, dear. I try. All right, Rusty. Thank you, sir, for a very entertaining and knowledge-based day in history. There was actually some pretty cool stuff in there. St. Valentine's Day Massacre, Voyager 1, taking a picture of the universe, Voyager 2 orbiting Uranus. Oh, wait, that wasn't in there. Anyway, let me see here. Why do people get surprised when guys think with their little eggplants? Because the human body has only so much blood in it. And when you start taking into consideration the blood that it takes to make that little eggplant active, it's got to come from somewhere, and normally the gravitational pull pulls it down away from the male brain. So when a man actually has any kind of a thought whatsoever during that time, it's earth-shattering, because there's no blood up here working, it's all working down there. So that just goes to prove that the little eggplant has a brain of its own and can come up with thoughts, though they're not always the purest ones. Left a voicemail message with detective working on that case, so we'll see if he calls back. Wasn't a very long voicemail. I've been gone for 5 minutes. What are your thoughts about the Russia invade Ukraine and Brandon getting in the middle of it? I don't have any thoughts on it. I'll be honest about it. I mean, I do. I think Russia needs to leave the Ukraine alone. Do I think we should get involved in it? For over a century, America has managed to get involved in things it shouldn't get involved in. We cannot police the world. Things have been happening throughout the world long before there was an America. Things will happen throughout the world long after there's an America. So, do I think we should get involved in it? We tell our own children to never start a fight, but if they see an innocent being hurt, they should step in and try to protect them. I think that's exactly what we do when we start policing things like that. We step in and try to protect the innocent. We try to be the superheroes. Is it right? Each individual has their own thoughts on that. But I personally think Russia should leave the Ukraine alone. Now let me get back up here again, catch up on some of this. Hey, Sheriff, good to see you, bud. Hey, guys, in case you didn't know, this coming Friday night, Sheriff Buford is going to be our guest on Ghost to Ghost PM. He is an excellent historian and investigator. He has done a lot of different locations, especially some very cool Civil War locations. And he's going to be our guest, sit on here and talk to us about some of those investigations and some of the things he's seen. So Friday evening, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Ghost to Ghost PM, we are going to have Sheriff Buford T. Cletus. I wouldn't miss it. It's going to be interesting. Good morning, Jan. Good to see you, love. Happy VD. Everything might be a distraction, possibly. Possibly. You just never know. You never know. Hey, that thing just shot way up there. Hey, Sonny. Good morning, dear. Happy Valentine's Day. Hope everybody is having a great day so far. I just lost my screen. What happened? Okay, well, I temporarily cannot read the chat. There it is. It's back. All right. The Ambassador Bridge is just open to traffic. Yep, I heard that the police took it back yesterday. I seen the news brief that the police took the bridge back yesterday. So I was wondering, how long it would take them to get the mess cleaned up so they could open it back up to traffic. World's in a panic over COVID, whatever. Oh, I know, just another day, but you'll always find love and hearts and hugs and little kisses and all that squishy shit here. Now COVID is much less than the news sign. Goes all Russia, freedom convoys. Amazing how that works, isn't it? They always need something major and earth shaking to report about. Had to have a safety check. Arg. -4. It was 5 degrees here at 6:30. I was telling them earlier in the stream, today's trash day. So, I had to take the trash can down to the roadside for the trash truck to pick it up. I asked the daughter to get ready to go out to the bus 5 minutes early to help me pull the trash can down to the curb. And she's like, but it's cold. I don't want to stand outside any longer than I have to. So I threw on my Civil War wools, took it down there, walked back up, and was walking in the house as she was coming out the door. I called her a huge, humongous wussy and told her there was already like 15 kids standing at the bus stop. "33 down south at Candy's place. A bird. I'm ready for spring. I love winter. It's beautiful. It's especially beautiful, when the roads are clear and you can actually take a drive and look at the drifts in the fields and the woods all covered in snow and the deer out running and stuff like that. But when the roads are all sucky and stuff and you're stuck inside the house, there ain't much pretty to it, honestly. State of Michigan needs to stop with the privatized state stuff. Now they're trying to do the mental health. Maybe it's because so many of our politicians need mental help. I don't know. Not so happy for me. Yesterday morning I fell on the ice, hurt my back worse, and hit my head hard. Squad took me to the hospital, had a CT scan, found out I've had a previous stroke. What? What in the Sam hell? And you didn't know anything about it? My God, Jan. Definite prayers. Wow. Jeez and criminy. County Sheriff's Office I had to call. It's a way bigger sheriff's department than down in my county. Actual detective. They don't get in until 9 a.m. Good. You recall them at 9 a.m. You make sure and let them know how scared you are. Like I told you yesterday when we were talking, You need to make sure they enjoy, or make sure they understand that you are scared to live any kind of a life. You're scared to go to the grocery store, you're scared to go to the gas station, you're scared to walk outside and shovel anything. You have no normality to your life, because after that dude threatened your life, turned around and made the oldest, possibly, we have no proof, but made her oldest daughter's dad vanish. He's not been heard of in almost a month. Just gone. So you seriously need to, when you contact them, you need to push the fact you have a fear of living, because he promised to kill you in front of your children, because he is a huge throbbing member and needs to be wiped off the face of the earth. And you need to push it hard. You're scared for your life. You're scared for your kids' life. You're scared to breathe for fear you're going to have to turn that shotgun on somebody when they break in your front door, including your children. Here, winter sucks. It was 27 at 5 a.m. this morning. It was the most god-awful weather there is. Privatization means profits. Yeah. For sure. Yeah, my God. That's terrible, Jan. I cannot believe that you didn't even know. I mean, it must have been like the most many of many strokes. The way you've gone right on with normal life and didn't even realize it until you had a CT scan. My God. Yeah, okay. Tony's got a good point. Don't mention the shotgun thing. I mean, they've been to your house over several of the false reports she's turned in on you to CPS and stuff. They know you have a gun already. So, and they know that it's locked up in your gun safe. And oh, I'm sure you are very sore and not moving much. I am so sure. Jesus criminy. That's so hard to believe too, as active as you are and the things that you do, delivering the flowers, taking care of the barn and stuff, to know that to know that you had a stroke and didn't even realize you had one, is I can't imagine what went through your head when they said something to you about it. That's terrible. All right, Jam. Saying you don't want to shoot the dude implies you're thinking about shooting. Well, you know, and it's like he said earlier when we were talking before the live stream. You don't want to kill the dude if he breaks in the house and comes after him, but where do you have to shoot a crackhead to take him down and make him not move, advance towards you anymore? That's the scary thing right there. My rule of engagement: always aim below the thigh. Take the knees out; they can't crawl towards you. So that's my rule for here in Michigan. Michigan is a stand your ground state. Somebody breaks in your house, you have the right to inflict lethal stopping power. I won't do that. I will not play God. I will not take a life. Won't do it. I'll immobilize them, but no. We'll see, Tony, the reason being here in Michigan, though it is a stand your ground state, um, we have had police officers, retired police officers, who have had their house broken into and inflicted with an assailant with a gun, and uh, they shot him and killed him and wound up serving 12 years in prison for killing the trespasser. So, even our own law enforcement here tells you now that you shoot for the kneecaps, you shoot for the feet, you shoot for the shin, whatever you can do to immobilize them. But I absolutely agree. That would be my general consensus on it: is you shoot to stop. You don't shoot to wound. I don't know, man. I don't know. The way these states are and the way their laws are about that kind of stuff, it's a sticky wicket no matter how you do it. It's a sticky wicket. Good morning, Templar. Hope you're doing good. On break, huh? Exactly, Ty. Exactly. It is a last case option. Um, but yeah, I have to agree with Tony on it. I spoke out of turn. I have to agree with Tony on it that it's better just to let him know that you are afraid to do anything, because he threatened you to your face to kill you in front of your children. And now her oldest daughter's daddy has completely vanished off the face of the earth. Um, and you're afraid. You're living every day, every night in fear. You're afraid for your life and your children's lives and their mental stability for the rest of their lives if anything did happen to you directly in front of them. So I feel for you, Tony. I do. I've never been in the situation where I had to discharge a weapon in front of somebody or towards somebody. I have had to draw a weapon, but I've never had to discharge a weapon. So yeah. Oh, I'm sure they're going to feel the exact same way. If this guy is as dominant in her life and has been dominant for this long, and he threatened your life being her youngest kid's father, with the oldest daughter's father vanishing, I'm sure they're going to put the same thought together, um, that he is very possibly involved, or they are very possibly involved. That's just a joke. It's not a very good one, Tony. Glub, 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 glub. That's nothing to joke about. I don't know if Wolfie's still here or not. She may be listening. They all can't be top shelf, you know. Yeah, I mean, you know, every once in a while, even the best comedian slips out a bad joke. Oh, there you go. Well, see, his record's going to speak for himself then. So folks are very patient and just this. Yeah, see, and it's, you know, it's like I said, every state varies on uh, their home protection laws, their self-preservation laws. Texas, God loved Texas. You know, when in Texas, if somebody steps foot off the road onto your property, all you have to do is tell them once, you're on private property. You are not invited. You are not welcome. Please leave the property. If they take one step forward, you can shoot them. You can shoot them right in the brain pan. There is no breaking in your home. There is no holding a weapon. There is no anything. They step one step off the roadside into your grass. You have the right to tell them to leave. If they take one more step forward, you have the right to drop them right there. If every state was that crystal clear, it would be much easier. But they like to piddle butt around. Like I said, we've had retired police officers who have had an armed assailant break in their home, and they have shot them and killed them and served prison time. They walk in the front door, there's a dead assailant, there's his gun laying right there beside him. His fingerprints are all over the gun, they're on the bullets, they're on everything. The officer still goes in, but we've had people shoot somebody's kneecaps out from under them when they break in the house, and the courts rule that you didn't kill them, it's self-protection. You stopped them, you immobilized them till law enforcement arrived. Good job. So, and I don't know what Iowa's like. The same as I don't know what Indiana's like or Illinois. Well, Indiana's pretty much, you know, it just depends on the circumstances with Indiana. Illinois, Ohio, I don't know. I don't know. We'll keep you and your kids pray that everything goes in your favor. Nobody should have to go through what you're going through. Everybody should be, but at the time, shoot and kill, they're not thinking about it. I agree with you, Tony. I agree completely. They can't sue you if you know they aren't still breathing. But at the same time, a lot of courts, you know, a lot of courts are going to look at him and say, okay, well, you're suing him for shooting you because you broke in his home with a firearm and threatened him and his family, but you were on his property. Not much of a lawsuit, not much, not, pardon the phrase, but you got no leg to stand on, bud. Gotta go, folks. Taking the wife to the doctor. Have a good day. You too, Rusty. Take care, bud. Have a good day. Hope everything goes well with the wife at the doctor's office. Um, and you get to bring her loving soul back home with you, and everything's fine. Follow the 4 rules of gun safety and no accidents. I keep 2 buckshot loads next to my bed. Welcome back, Jan. A lot of cases here, wrongful death in those cases. Yep. Oh, good. Good, good, good. Got your appointment set up for today. Well, I'm just glad your roads and stuff aren't as bad as ours. The wife hated going into work today. Not only is her hip all buggered up again, we think there's another cyst growing in there, like she had 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago. She had to go in. She was off work for 6 weeks. So they had to go in through her back, pull that cyst from her spine, and pull it where it was putting pressure on her hip. And we think there's another one. So sadly enough, it's a whole day off work for her to go to her doctor to get the X-rays and stuff done. And then if they decide to do the surgery, it's going to be another month and a half off work. But it was slick as all get out this morning when she went to work, and with her not being able to sit comfortably in the car, she was scared to death for the whole time. Luckily, her work is only about 20 minutes from home. So, and she's got the next 3 days off. Today's her Friday, so hopefully we'll be able to get her somewhat back to norm before she has to go back on Friday. Understand. I'm not ready. But it's a club or a rock. Yeah, Tony, but he has multiple unannounced visits from CPS and local law enforcement. She keeps calling in reports to them about him having guns in the house. He just had a visit last week from local CPS and law enforcement to check his guns because it was reported he had guns in the house, had illegal guns in the house. And they came in, they wanted to make sure that the ammo and the guns were separate, the guns were locked up, all that kind of stuff. So, once again, variation of laws and variation of states. Doesn't much matter to me anymore. Got rid of my guns when my son was born. Wifey asked me to. That's why all of mine stay in here, and nobody comes in this room but me unless they come as far as the door, or I ask them to come over here behind my desk. Teach the kids and let them see, handle unloaded gun, remove the mysticism. You're good, Tony. I completely understand where you're coming from, but with child services in and out of the house, I can ask to look in my gun safe, see if my gun's loaded by law. I don't have to. Not a crime to have a gun, provided you ain't a felon. They had one. It's not that bad to have one of those. It's just where the blood don't travel for a second. I have 6 loaded handguns on my desk at the moment. I keep too many edged weapons in the house to have loaded guns, and all my edged weapons throw very nicely, and they're so much quieter than a gun. My daughters all own guns. My grandkids all handle them safely. I started. I started at like 9 years old. I started shooting with my dad. Started shooting long guns. Started shooting pistols. By what, 11? Long time ago. Um, I was getting in the gun case, pulling out the old Ruger 7-shot, and going out in the field, taking my dad's beer cans out there, and shooting beer cans with his little chrome Ruger. So believe you me, he never griped once unless I didn't clean the gun when I was done. Oh, I know, not as fast as a gun. Believe me, I know. I wouldn't, I wouldn't mind having a modern firearm around for protection. But what can you do? I can't afford a gun. Put a lock on your bedroom door so the kids are unable to get the gun. That's what the authority will watch. I know there's a good sized spot on my brain in the cerebellum that would explain my balance issues. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Tony. You have to take that fascination, that mysticism. Um, you have to take it out of the equation. When kids are familiar with them and they know what they do, what they're capable of doing, then yeah, definitely, it takes away that chance of wanting to handle them, play with them, anything. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I know. Once again, though, we talked about this last week. No lead, no powder, no money. So yeah, believe me, we've actually had to start locking her car up at night. Ever since I met her, she's left her keys in the car all night long, left the car unlocked. Never had a problem with it in this town. And all of a sudden, here about 3 weeks ago, um, somebody just on the other side of town, their outdoor security cameras picked somebody up getting in their car. Um, Middle of the night. So I've had her start locking the car up at night, bringing the keys in, laying them on the table. Um, you just never know. You just never know where crime is going to happen. It's always better to be safe than sorry. Yeah, exactly. That noise, that sudden noise, ends a lot of that interest in smaller kids. Neither does she. Neither does she. She don't have anything in her car except sunglasses and window scraper and antifreeze. But yeah, that's why when I go out at 6:30 in the morning or 6:20 in the morning and start her car and everything else on cold mornings, I stand at the back door. Mr. Ralph and I'll stand at the back door and we'll watch the car until she comes out in the kitchen to leave for work, to make sure that some bunghole ain't walking up the road and see a running car sitting outside and decide they want to go for a ride. I will lock them again when the threat of doors freezing ends. Hey, Bigfoot, good morning. Hope you're doing well this morning. Happy Valentine's Day. You up here, we never used to lock the doors, even just to run to town. The past 5 years, everything is locked. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. In the town I grew up in, we never locked the doors. Never. We didn't even lock them at night because you never had a problem with that kind of stuff. But now, home invasions and stuff have even invaded small towns. Um, Cars the same way. I've got an uncle that's probably got $80,000 in cars just sitting around that he has for project cars. Half of them won't be done before he passes on. He's probably got a $500,000 in completed collector's cars, antique cars and stuff. But he never locked his pole barn. He always kept the keys in the cars. He did everything. That's the same town that I grew up in. And now he locks everything up, got security cameras all over, inside and out, everything. He don't take chances anymore. People don't respect it, even if you are home. My God, TikTok is busy this morning. Jeez, cramming. The bad guy has to get by the two Catahoulas at the door. That's how I was with my old Timberwolf Tyson. He was taller than me on his hind legs, and God, he was 95 pounds at 6 months old. At a year, he was 135 pounds and just black as black could be. If he's laying on the couch at night, you walk in my front door, you don't even see him laying there. Um, but I've not had a big dog since we got rid of Tyson. Oh yeah, KG. I've had it for probably 3 or 4 months now. Every once in a while, I'll throw up an advertisement for a video. It hasn't helped a lot. A lot of people told me I should advertise our videos in the channel on TikTok, especially the paranormal videos and stuff. But I think it's only brought over like 2 or 3 people from TikTok. Other than that, I just love to sit back and watch the videos. Some of them are hilarious. Some of them are completely retarded. But yeah, I haven't put a video up on there in over a month, or a video advertisement in over a month, because it really wasn't benefiting much. It was just one more video I had to make 3 times a week. I do not like strangers. I don't own a car, so I don't have to worry about that. But I do keep my front door, back door, and house locked at all times. It's on there under Living Histories Mysteries. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on there under Living Histories Mysteries. Once again, guys, don't forget this Friday night we have got Sheriff Buford as our guest. Um, he is an amazing historian, Civil War historian, enthusiast. He does a lot of paranormal investigations at Civil War locations and stuff. Um, it's going to be an interesting stream talking to him about some of the stuff he's ran across. Hopefully, he'll bring some pictures and things. Um, where he can get up there on screen and show you guys some of the things he's captured out there. Tony, I lived in the city for 10 years while my kids were growing up, didn't have a car. It is a privilege to have a car. I wish I could drive. I miss it. My missus don't drive. I haven't drove a car since 92. I was forbidden by my husband, well, my ex-husband, for 9 years. Wow. During the summer months, Steph will actually let me like run down to the gas station early in the morning before the sun comes up or something because she knows that doesn't affect my eyesight all that much. Um, but it's only 2 blocks down the road. During the winter months and stuff, she will not let me behind the wheel for nothing. Um, she knows how bad my eyes get, especially on a bright day. And maybe one of these days I'll be able to afford LASIK surgery or something. Hopefully bring back a little bit of my eyesight, but I really doubt it. That stuff's expensive. I have a vehicle, but in the country, right? I get the bus if I feel I can't drive. See, we don't even have that option here. Here, you either drive or walk. I told her yesterday that she's going to have to get to driving once we relocate, living in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. Be able to drive considering my health issues. Very true. Yeah, living out in the middle of nowhere like that, it would be good if she could drive in case something happened to you. Um, yeah, most definitely. Thank you, Kentucky girl. I appreciate that. You too, Tony. Have a good day, bud. Take care of yourself. We'll catch you tonight. All right, Candy. See, there's a bus system from Flint, Michigan, up to the Upper Pennham, Michigan. Huh. Well, see, we have a local bus service here in town, but they're so godly expensive that no one can afford to use them. I mean, just to go someplace here in town, it's like $5. And that's like the minimum. They could pick you up 2 blocks from the store and take you to the store. It's $5, or they can take you clear into the next town. They charge like a taxi service. It's I don't even know how the thing stays in business, honestly. Besides all the old retired folk and stuff like that. Or, well, when the Lakers come here from out of state during the summer months out around Diamond Lake, they use the lot so they don't bring their big fancy SUVs and stuff in town. The handicap is cheaper fares than for regular fares. Costs me $1.75 round trip. You are lucky. You are lucky to have something like that. This bus service here, I think they make all their money. Well, like I said, except when the Lakers are here, I think they make all their money from the handicap and the elderly. And it's like I said, it's $5 anywhere here in town. So, well, yeah, I think maybe if you like go out to like the court or the doctor's office and stuff, which is just outside of town, it's probably more than that. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of the bus service here and how they do things. Man, we are down to 13 minutes already. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I agree. It does. It costs more having a driveway or having a vehicle sitting in the driveway, but like I said, the way a lot of people feel around here is it's highway robbery. They pick you up at your house, they take you to the grocery store, boom, $5. You get done shopping, you call them, they take you 2 blocks back home, boom, it's $5. That's a $10 round trip. For a lot of people, they just don't have the money to do it, especially when you're on a fixed income or something like that. It's sad. We need a system. We need a system here like you have up there. If family didn't live so far away, probably wouldn't have a vehicle. Don't blame me for that one bit. Your bus is on your land taxes. Very smart. Very smart way to do it. But yeah, I kind of feel for the handicapped folks, the elderly folks. You figure they go to they go to the grocery store 4 times a month. They go to church 4 times a month. That's $80 that they're paying for that bus in a month. My wife don't spend $80 in gas driving to work in a month. So it's bad. I mean, it's really sad that they have so little service that they have to jack their prices up so high that a lot of people can't even afford to use the thing. I mean, you figure in a town of 3,500 people, and they might have 30 people that use that bus in a month. So, and then of course, you've got these fancy smancy places like Three Rivers and stuff like that that have these they have buses that look like trolleys, and they have they're busy. Everybody wants to be seen on one of the big green trolleys. They had to do it that way because of people having drunk driving when they had to get to work. Makes sense. Oh, goodness gracious sakes. Like I said, guys, tonight we're probably going to do some trivia in here. Just something laid back and relaxed. Just a thing. Just have us an easy Monday night stream for Valentine's Day. No, it's not going to be a bunch of ooky, squishy, love-based trivia questions and stuff like that. Nobody wants all that crap. Hopefully, I will have Google working tonight still, and the internet will be working just fine, and we'll be able to do tonight's trivia. If not, I am going to be making Valentine's Day dinner for my wife. The further north you travel in Michigan, people are drinkers. Oh, believe me, I know. I've spent many a holidays up there in Mount Pleasant with the family, and there's always, always, always cases of beer floating around. And if there's not cases of beer, there's all kinds of mixed drinks, especially when we go up to the campground. So, I believe me, I know. A bunch of drinkers. My wife fits in real good up there. Ha, 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 ha. Down to about 6 minutes. Trying to figure out how to get the rest of my cigars down here at the gas station. They actually ordered me a case, 12 boxes of cigars, and we've got 4 of them out of the case so far. And because I was unable to buy the case, they started busting into the pack, selling them individual. So, and they don't know when they're going to be able to get more of them. So I'm kind of kicking back, trying to play with some different ideas on how to get the rest of the cigars I need, which will keep me in cigars for the next couple months at least. Ah, welcome back, sir. Your show is delayed. wait till spring comes. I'm tired of negative temperature. I am too. I am too. I love winter. Like I said, don't get me wrong. I love the way it looks. I love the freshness in the air, all that kind of stuff. But man, I'll tell you what, I cannot wait to get back outside and start doing things again without freezing my Watusi off in the process, which is to relocate to southern Missouri. Yep. Yep, it'll be nice. And spring will be here before we know it. I mean, here it is, the middle of February already. Just another year scooting by for us. Winter is nice on the TV. Yeah, yeah, it's real nice on the TV. Like I said, I like to go out and ride around in the country and look at the fields and watch the deer run and look at the woods all covered, the trees all covered in snow and stuff like that. But not when it's all slick and it's dangerous to be out, and it's just no fun when you're always worrying about whether or not you're going to stop at a stop sign or somebody's going to come by and blow you off the road. Noise is the hellhole of the Midwest. That's why they call it Illinois. Good morning, Ian. Hope you're doing good this morning, my friend. Of course, we have another investigation coming up this weekend, guys. Don't forget, Sunday night, we are going to be at the Paw Paw Masonic Temple in Paw Paw, Michigan. This is that 1834 Masonic temple that still has a lot of the original antiques and stuff in it. There's been a lot of reports coming out of this place from guests and members alike for decades. We're going to be the very first group to ever go into this place and investigate. Should be interesting. We will be having new flooring put in our family room and half bath. The guy told me it's been ordered, so looking forward to that. Cool. Cool. That should be good for you guys. Just got off the phone with the detective. He called me, and hopefully everything works out well. Fingers crossed, bud. Fingers crossed. Hopefully something will happen. Well, Tyler knows he's always in me and my family's prayers. He became part of our family, when he was here 2 years ago, and it has been too long since he's been back. So hopefully we'll get something squared away with that malarkey going on out there in Iowa, and he'll be able to start relaxing a little bit. The flooring is the original parquet. Ooh, very nice. That's going to be real nice, Ken. I'm glad you guys are getting a chance to get that done. But all right, guys, it is that time. Of course, I will run the commercial one more time and roll us out of here with a pretty song. But you guys all have a great Valentine's Day. If you don't have somebody to treat you, treat yourselves. Go out and get yourself a box of chocolate and just sit in front of the TV and munch those little nuggets. But until tonight, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. I do. We'll catch you guys tonight, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for a little bit of fun, laughs, and some trivia. Catch y'all later.
Saturday, August 20th, 2022. Coming to Hartford, Michigan at the Van Buren Poorhouse Museum, it's Ghost-O-Rama. Ghostorama is a one-of-a-kind event. It's a paranormal meet and greet /flea market /Comic-Con, car show, and much, much more. There'll be paranormal groups, the Ghostbusters, the Mystery Machine, spooky vendors, live band, ghost tour, Jurassic Park, killer cars, food truck, disc jockey, historical museum, kid haunted house, and much more. Van Buren County Historical Museum. That's right, out at 58471 Red Arrow Highway, Hartford, Michigan, 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's an outdoor market, which is free to the public. That's right, you heard me. It's open to the public. There'll be a museum tour, $5 per person. Also, from 9 to 11, a ghost tour, $20 per person. That's right, Ghostorama is hitting West Michigan, Saturday, August 20th, 2022, at the Hartford Van Buren Poorhouse Museum. This is sponsored by Southern Michigan Paranormal's UnrestrictedRadio.com, the Great Lakes Ghostbuster Coalition, How to Halloween, Frankenfest, and the Midwest Parahistorical Society.